Wow, that's really a different tone that I've never seen before. That is
100%. I feel like today we should just be different.
Let's
Don't
do
you?
it. Yes, I got pink hair. You've got a teal shirt. We are ready to rock and roll.
We are really kind of embracing these colors, aren't we?
Yes.
We're kind of going like with the Easter colors, maybe. No, yeah, I guess pink is Easter. Dude, I'm digging those. I'm digging that hair. People really need to get off of like Spotify and Apple and come over to YouTube and look at this badassery.
I might do pink hair all the time. I do like
I think
it.
you should.
Yes.
I definitely am like, let's go like exotic colors of pink too. And maybe like you know what, can I talk to your stylist next time? And will you just let me blindly do something to your hair?
No, absolutely not.
Why not? Why not? Just because you don't like
Oh,
the
no.
cowboy hat or
You let me talk to your stylist and do something without your approval.
all right, if we both can do it one time, I think I'm all in on this.
Okay. Done.
Both of us one time, I'm all in. All right, you promise? You said you're done. Like you just blew this off, but I'm dead ass serious. And I'm gonna let you go first just to see what you really do to me. because
Okay.
payback sucks.
Okay, let's get this show on the road.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we don't need to huckle this anymore. People want to know how to not suck at sales, not how to not suck at hairdos.
Hairdos? This is very true.
Oh my gosh.
This is very, very true.
Yeah.
So Miranda, I know we were talking, and I think you're probably gonna set this up better. But I'm gonna give it my best shot, okay?
Okay.
Because I think with shorter weeks like this, we gotta be intentional with our days, right? Especially when like some people are weekend warriors, aren't they? Like some people really kind of hit the weekends hard and maybe they get hit with, I don't know, objections a little bit more over a weekend like this and they don't do enough activity to offset those objections. So now they're kind of like 7-day work week just kind of really shrunk into about 4, right? Some people don't look at it as a holiday. They look at it as like a hollow weekend. I don't even know if I'm using the right terms. Now we have to be super intentional with like kind of like these remaining, 4 or 5 days or however you look at your week. So I think that's kind of what we're going to be touching on today, but maybe you have a better way of setting it up.
So, okay, I think the biggest thing to not sucking at sales is knowing exactly what you want to get out of your business, right? When the prize is clear, the price is never a problem. So, like, what do you want from your business? Because if that why is not big enough, then what happens is as soon as you hit a bad day or a bad week or a bunch of people tell you no, what's the easy thing to do?
Mm-hmm.
Give up, right?
Yeah.
So I think that the biggest thing, okay, so if you haven't written this down or you don't have it, let's say if you're at your desk right now or even in a room of your house, if your why and why you're doing this business isn't in view, it's probably not on top of mind enough. So especially where you do your work, make sure that it's there, okay? Because one thing I think, John, to answer your question about like how to really like bring it home and finish strong, like especially after like a holiday weekend, it starts with us being super intentional about what we're doing every day.
Yeah.
Right. So how you start your day is the most important part because success doesn't happen like by accident. It happens in our mind before it happens in real life. So I would go to like what is the intention that we're starting our workday with? And how do we put that on steroids so that success is pretty much predetermined before we even make our first phone call?
Yeah. That's so good, buddy. I love kind of like your direction, right? Like I remember when we were racing, right, to the top contract level in our company, I had it everywhere, bud. Literally had it posted, right here on my desk. I had it posted exactly what I wanted and when I wanted it on my mirror. Had even like, so it was like every single decision that I made and every, like, in my area, right, of where I was working is like, I had that constant reminder of what I was working toward, right? What I was working for. And I love it. Like what you were talking about with just like success, right? Like you have to be intentional to be successful. And I think you have to like that, you have to be intentional with everything. If you want to be happy, you have to be intentional about being happy. You have to practice being happy, right? And so I love the intentionality behind of what you're talking about just with success. So spot on so far, Pam.
Yeah. So I want everyone to ask themselves before the day started, have you already mapped out a plan for how you're going to win today? Right? There's that quote that we hear over and over again. If you fail to plan, then you're planning to fail. Right? But let's talk about our schedule for a minute. And like the patterns that we have in our day, because what I've always believed is that your patterns reveal your mindset more than your words reflect your motives.
Ooh.
Okay, so we have to make sure that our patterns are already set up to get what we want, so that by the end of the day, we're helping families and putting money in our bank account.
Were you talking to Brian Delaney this morning by chance?
Spending a lot of time with him lately, actually. It's like,
I feel
so
like he's bestowing these seeds upon you right now.
but when we break it down, right? It's like when we wake up in the morning, everyone has like this dominant thought, right? You can tell what kind of vibe you're in, what kind of thing for when you wake up. What is that first thought that comes to mind? If you guys have a piece of paper, write it down right now. What was the first thing you thought of when you opened your eyes this morning? Did you feel good? Were you excited about your day? Were you stressed out? Were you sad? Were you nervous? Were you like groggy as all get up? What was that thought? Because the thing is, the faster that we can grab a hold of that thought and go to work on making it go towards what we want, that's when our success, that's when we spend all of that time in the morning putting our thoughts towards something that's going to help us. Because everything that we do or don't do is either going to take us away or towards what we want.
Mm. And I think that has a lot to do with like the beginning actions, right? Like, are you literally waking up, going straight to your email? Are you waking up, going straight to your bank account? Are you waking up with like, what are those activities that you're doing for the very first thing in the morning that are going to help kind of guide, right? I know that, Miranda, for me, I can't look at an email. I can't look at text messages. I can't look at anything. I literally have a routine of three things. I am straight. I literally ignore everything. Take it from DND, go straight to YouTube, watch a 5-minute motivational video on YouTube every single morning. That motivates me to read my 10 pages. As you can see, I have stacks of books over here. And then from the 10 pages, I just jot down one little thing of how it can either help me personally or professionally in my notes. And I have over 725 notes in my notes section just from simply doing this every single day for the past couple of years.
I love it. And there's books on everything, right? Whatever that thought is that you have, maybe it's excitement about your business, maybe it's whatever it is. Like John said, like if we go to work and read at least 10, maybe 10 minutes on that topic, but my advice is to read to change how you're thinking for the better, not just read to get like the participation award for like to check it off on your, your day planner, right?
Yeah.
Because what happens is the next part that comes up is our schedule, right? What are we going to do today that's going to have impact and increase on our business? And this is something I've been working with my team on a lot. John, how early do you think that most states you can actually dial the phone in legally?
All right, I'm going to guess, but
Okay.
you probably already know the answer. I'm going to say 8 o'clock in the morning.
So every state I've looked up the legalities, it's been 8 a.m. I didn't look at all of them, but I looked at every single one. It was 8 a.m. Mm-hmm. So sometimes people have huddles at 9, 9:30, whatever. But let me ask you, are you getting up and getting use of that time in the morning, right? To dial the phone as early as humanly possible so we can make a pass in the morning, right? And then we want to try to book for same day. So if we are dialing in the morning from, let's say, 8 to 9 or 9 to 10, whatever it is, if we're full time and we're not dialing in the first couple hours of the day, we're not really full time. Okay. That's your part time. Right. So hop on the phone as early as you freaking can. I've always loved the mornings. I sometimes could book 5 appointments in the first hour of the day.
Yeah.
If you book 5 appointments in a day, it's a guaranteed money day. So
Right.
every day that you're on the phone dialing, the goal is 5 appointments. Unless you want to like gamble your success, then book 3 or 2 or 1. But every day that I get on the phone full time, it's 5 appointments.
Yeah.
And so if we set that expectation in advance at whatever time it is we wake up, as soon as our eyes open, we go to planner day, we say, you know what, I'm helping book five appointments today. If you already have 3 on for today, then you need 2 more for today. Now we're at 5. It says it in How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling by I can't remember the name of the dude, but it's a really good book. He says if you tell your story 5 times a day, you're gonna win in this business.
Yeah.
So when I sucked at sales and I was new, I was like, I can do that. Might take me 1,000 dials, but I'm going to book 5 appointments a day because then I'm guaranteed to help someone.
Yeah.
So, John, that would be it. We could end the podcast. If you book 5 appointments a day, you're guaranteed not to suck at sales.
Guaranteed. And to, you know, like you were just talking about reading and self-developing, and what did they say? The average CEO, right? The average CEO reads what, 50 books a year? Did I make that up, or I feel like
No,
I
I
read
think it's
somewhere.
true. Yeah, I think it's like, around 50 books a year.
And aren't we like, we're 1099, so aren't we all our own CEOs? I wonder
Yeah.
how many people on your team, how many people on my team, how many people in this industry truly don't read.
Yeah.
And it's one of the biggest mistakes that you can make. I loved everything else that you were talking about, right? With the setting 5 appointments a day, like you're guaranteed not to fail there. What about those people that are like, hey, I just don't have the time in the day to run 5 appointments a day? Like, what would you say kind of to that person?
So, how long is an appointment?
15 minutes.
Okay. So, are all 5 going to show up?
No.
How many are going to show up out of 5?
Well, for you, 3. For me, 2.
Okay, well, let's pretend that 3. So, okay, if you book 5, you're probably going to have 3 show up, right? And you're not going to, if you're part-time, which that's a part-time person, you're not working every day anyways.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So on the days that you're working, again, not everyone's going to follow what we're saying right now, but I'm letting you know that 5 appointments a day is a guaranteed money day. So when we're setting up our day in the beginning, here's what I'd recommend. Number 1, we want to get on the phone as early as possible because then we have a chance to help someone same day. If we booked appointments today versus tomorrow, what's the difference of the show rate today versus booking it for next day?
Yeah, it definitely increases same day.
Like, I think it's 80 to 90% show if you book it within like an hour or 2. And then if you book for tomorrow, it probably goes down to half, maybe 70% if you're really good. You book outside of tomorrow, now it's like, you book it 3 days from now, it's probably 10%, right? So the big thing that I would challenge everyone to do is when you hop on the phone, say, by the end of today, I'm going to have 5 appointments, right? And you're going to help at least 1 or 2 families a day.
Yeah, so that almost poses a question, Maris. Like, why the hell would you, like, I know we can't avoid it sometimes, like just scheduling an appointment for the next day, but like, do you realize that you just decreased your shot by 30% just based off of the numbers that you just gave me?
Yeah.
Like I literally do every single thing in my power to give myself the best chance in this business. I always said, like, we talk about minimum effective dose, right? Literally, minimum effective dose. Every single thing and every way I operated in this business, I wanted it kind of like the path that was like the best possible shot. So it's like, why aren't you like, why haven't you figured out this business to start running same day appointments?
I actually talked to my team about this yesterday, and a girl who's been here, she's pretty new, she had a record day yesterday. And we said, what did you do? And she said, I booked same day, just like you told me to. And here's how you do it. It's super easy. You offer it. Okay? If I'm following a script and all of a sudden I say, so John, would you want to do an evening? And you say, yeah. And I go, okay, I got tonight at 7 or tomorrow at 7. Which is better for you? You automatically gave him today or tomorrow. Don't do that. So be like this. So John, listen, I'm looking at my schedule. I'm super swamped. I was full today, but you know what? I just had a spot open up at 2 hours from now. And then, so let's say, 3 o'clock, or I have 5:30. Which would be better for you, 3 o'clock or 5:30?
Yeah.
No? Okay. Now you can offer another one or two today, or you can go to tomorrow. So the way you do same day is you offer it.
Yeah.
Okay? Even if they said, hey, do you have anything in a couple days? You can say, I can't look that far ahead yet on my calendar, John. But I did actually have 2 spots open up today. I was full, but I do have like a 3 o'clock or a 5:15. Would that work for you? The 3 o'clock or the 5:15 a little bit later today?
Yeah.
For a quick 7-minute call to close your case.
Yep.
Done. Problem solved.
Boom. Yep. And again, it's just like everything else. You're going to suck at it in the very beginning, but you do it more often. You're increasing probability. You're increasing. And like, you know what? I just feel like the faster you can get a resolution, the better off you are.
And the more that you focus on, I am here to win today. You're not here to get paid by the hour. You're not here to check off your little tick sheet that you made dials. You're here for one reason, and that's to get on the phone, get in front of 10 people a week, help families. And remember, guys, like if you focus on the results, then things will probably never change. But if you focus on change, you're going to get the results. So make this change. Let's rock and roll. Let's not suck at sales. Let's go.
Enough said. Click, subscribe, like, love. Thank you guys for continued support.